Hi, Michelle here. I'm in Malta right now, and yesterday I was in Gozo, and I went to the church Ta Pinu, which is supposed to be a pilgrimage church, and I was there with a friend because I really wanted a miracle for her. And my journey into all this spiritual stuff has been quite, I don't know if it's uncommon, but for me, religion, and especially all the Bible, and I'm gonna say a bad word, shit. All the Bible shit has been a problem for me because it's no secret that the Bible has been changed over and over again and turned into the will of the Vatican and very much to the will of men. But I have learned to accept that me working with my spiritual power is also accepting that there is a lot of truth in the Bible, not so much in the tales of the Bible, but in all the good, in the angels, in the healing, in how to live a life to want the best for everyone. Oh no, the sun is coming. I look tired, I know, but in in the church there was a painting where an angel was above a woman, and she had this dove in a halo over her head. And me knowing not a lot about religion because I kind of avoided it, I was kind of struck there because I was once in a meditation where we were supposed to get our symbol, and I went into the wrong lecture at a fair, and it turned out it wasn't the wrong one, but we were doing a meditation where we were supposed to get our symbol for the life purpose or whatever. So I was sitting there, and this guy was talking about how he got this golden heart that was flaming and it was so pure, and I was like, oh, I want a golden heart. And when I was sitting doing my meditation, connecting to my guides, I just saw this white dove, tick, 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 come and sit above, and it had this tiny leaf in its mouth. And I knew, okay, there's something. I'm not stupid. I know a lot about the Bible. I used to study some of it, but I've forgotten or repressed most of my knowledge about it. So I actually freaked out. And even though the dove wasn't actually there in my mind, I'm not a bad, I love animals, I really do, especially birds, but I did not want that dove. It felt like so much pressure that I felt I could not take on. And in my mind, I took a tennis racket and I whacked that dove very, very far away, and I could almost feel the thud down in my hand and the whack of that poor dove being thrown far, far away. And what do you know? It just came back, a little huddle, but tick, 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 flew back and sat there, and I was like, oh no, 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 I cannot do this. I did not know logically what it represented, but I felt that I had a task that was linked to that stupid dove. Sorry, dove, I know you're not stupid, but to me it was a lot. So I haven't thought a lot about it since. But then when we came there and saw that, I didn't know what it meant, and I've been doing my research today, and it's the Annunciation of Mary. So when Gabriel came down and she accepted to be the mother of Jesus, so she got that dove. And that was not a dove with the leaf thingy, but I wrote a letter in that church, like a small prayer, but actually I wrote that I accepted the task that my soul had been given or chosen or whatever. So I was quite surprised when I realized that image that struck me. They're starting working. It must be 7. No, it's more than 7. Sorry, here in Malta, it's impossible to find peace because there's always a lot of noise everywhere. So, so the Annunciation was when Mary agreed to carry Jesus, and that dove was the Holy Spirit or God or whatever that, I don't know, put Jesus into her. I don't know. But the thing that was weird was that after I saw that artwork, I wrote that I accept and I take on whatever I'm supposed to be doing, and I step into the role of, well, of what the powers that be, what I cannot even say God, because I don't like the way God is represented in the Bible, because that's not the way I feel it. I feel this pure, loving, all-embracing energy, and that's what I accept. That's what I take on. That's what I want to be a part of and spread. And I just love how it kind of matches up with me sitting there after that dove realization that, oh, that looks familiar, and me saying, yes, I accept. And then the dove is a representation of Holy Spirit, which is more or less what I wish to incorporate, like the love for life, for the good, for love, light, charity, empathy, all that is pure. So, and then I found a lot of articles describing the Annunciation, what it was, and the images used for it. And one of them said that yes does not mean that you would feel more pure or above anyone, just as some days we might say no, and it doesn't mean you're a failure. And I do have my no days where I'm not doing spiritual stuff today. I want to do stuff for me and not for the world. So living in general, living in service, being a channel, you don't have to be one thing all the time, because you're also a human person living a human life. And I also need to feel that I have free will and that I do what I'm supposed to be doing. But me ending up in that church, seeing that, because that picture in other versions must have been in so many of the churches I've visited, but I've just never noticed it before. But I also haven't been ready to accept the dove above my head before, so that was pretty cool. So that was it. Thank you for listening. Love you. And please let me know in the comments if you've had any experiences like this. And just take care. Mwah. Bye-bye.